Hey everybody, how's it going? Let's do our overnight betting preview for tomorrow night's games, Thursday, January 26th. There's 6 games on the schedule. I got one lean, but there are some interesting matchups. Let's take a look at each one of these and see what we can expect. First game, New York at Boston. Boston is an 8-point favorite. I had Boston as 7.5-point favorite. Line is fairly accurate. Boston on a little 2-game slump. They were out in Florida, had a couple of games against Orlando, Miami, lost both of them. New York, in their previous game, got a nice win against the Cavs at home. They were 3-point dogs in that game. Played pretty good basketball throughout. Julius Randle had another big game. I think he had something like 36, hit a bunch of threes. He's been playing great for the Knicks. It looks like he's all-star bound. The line in this game, guys, is pretty accurate, just a half-point off. I don't really have a lean in this game. Boston, they will be getting a lot of players back for this game. Only Marcus Smart is expected to miss. He's still out with his ankle injury. Next game, guys, Detroit at Brooklyn. Brooklyn is favored by 9. I had Brooklyn favored by 8. Brooklyn finally home after a road trip from that started in the West Coast. They finished it off tonight at Philly. They were competitive tonight also. They only lost that game by 4. Kyrie Irving had another big game. He had 30. Seth Curry had a huge game. He had 32. Brooklyn will be happy to be back home after being on the road for so long. And a very good opponent to face after coming back from that kind of trip. The Pistons, the punching bag of the Eastern Conference and the league. They're competing with the Houston Rockets to see who can get the worst record in the league. Brooklyn, guys, this could possibly be a letdown spot, even though the difference between these two teams is huge. The Pistons in their previous game got dismantled by the Bucks. They were down by 30, I think, in the first half. Just their last games have been non-competitive whatsoever. They've been losing by double digits to pretty much everyone they've been playing. In this game, guys, I think we do have to wait. Brooklyn obviously is the favorite in this game. This could be a letdown spot, though. And because the opponent is a little weak, it is possible that Brooklyn might rest a few players. We'll have to look at what their lineup is going to look like tomorrow and see what the line looks like also, and make a decision on that game if we decide to put any money on this. Next game, Chicago at Charlotte. Chicago is favored by 5.5. At Chicago favored by 4. Line is a 1.5 off. I had estimated this line at -4, even though it does look a little short, because I do have I do think that LaMelo Ball has a good chance of playing. In the previous games, he was listed as questionable and only got ruled out very, very late in the day in their last 2 games. So back home, looks like it might be a good spot for him to come back. This line, I don't know if it has a LaMelo absence priced in or not. It is kind of a tough line to get a good estimate on. Gordon Hayward also is going to be missing for the Hornets. They're struggling with injuries. They've been struggling all season, and they got healthy for just a couple games and injured again. Gordon Hayward, LaMelo Ball, Cody Martin, and of course Kelly Oubre Jr. has been out for a while. Now, Chicago, of course, the favorite in this game, but Chicago, guys, they were uptrending, but in the previous game they were up 20 against the Pacers on the road. The Pacers came all the way back and ended up taking that game from Chicago. A bad loss. This could trigger a downtrend again. We know the Bulls aren't anything that spectacular. They're not a team that could really go on any kind of a big winning streak. Letdown spot could be in the works tomorrow. We'll have to look at this game again, look at LaMelo's status, look at the line tomorrow, and we'll make up our mind there. Next game, Cleveland at Houston. Cleveland is a 7.5-point favorite. I had Cleveland favored by 6. The only reason I have Cleveland favored by, it looks like a short 6, is because I did see Donovan Mitchell in the previous game against the Knicks. In the last play of the game, I saw him on the ground. It looked like he was hurting his leg. I did look at the injury report, and I see that he is questionable again with a groin injury. It looked kind of bad the way he was on the ground and in pain, and from the looks of it, he did not practice today either. So I don't know. If I had to guess, I would guess that they probably want to hold him out. Wouldn't want to rush him back, especially against a team like Houston. Houston, guys, they did snap their losing streak to the Timberwolves. a couple of nights ago. Tonight, they got right back to their losing ways. They were playing against a Washington team that was shorthanded on the second night of a back-to-back. And they did get up big. They were playing with energy in the first half, but at the end, they gave it all up again and ended up losing another game. What was noteworthy in that game, guys, I did catch the last couple minutes of that game. The score, I remember correctly, it was 108 to 103, and they had taken a timeout. I think there was something like 15, 20 seconds left in the game, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember exactly how much time was left. But a couple of players, one of them was Sengun, and some other player, I don't remember who it was. They were walking off the court laughing and joking. That doesn't really look like a team that really cares too much about wins and losses. Obviously, the record shows that, but just a very unprofessional look, in my opinion. Even if you are tanking, at least when you're on the court, make it look as professional as possible. The Rockets guys, I don't know, they might get me out of the blacklist mode, and I might start fading them. I know I've been missing out on a lot of cash, but like I've said many times, I don't want to be the one to finally bet in one of their games and bet on Cleveland, for example, tomorrow, and then have the Rockets win. I would feel like absolute trash. But they I don't know. I'm itching to start fading them also. But we'll look at it more tomorrow. I'll look at Donovan Mitchell's status, and we'll make a decision there. Next game, Dallas at Phoenix. This is the game that I actually have a lean in. Dallas is a 1.5 point dog. I had them as a 1.5 point favorite. Not because I believe that Dallas is some kind of powerhouse team, but I just know how the books like to price them. And they've been on a bit of a losing streak lately. I know teams like to chase. I know people like to chase Luka Doncic, and they love betting on the match for some strange reason. These two teams have an identical record, 25 and 24. Phoenix has won 4 straight, though. Dallas has lost 2 straight. This 1.5, guys, I think Dallas getting any kind of points in this game. Everybody has in their mind that Phoenix is struggling with injuries, and they are struggling. They still do have a lot of important players out, like Devin Booker, Landry Shamet, Cameron Payne. These players are out. They are expected to get DeAndre Ayton back tomorrow. But I think, guys, in this game, any plus points for Dallas, I think we'll have the bulk of the money on tomorrow. I will be looking for a possible play on Phoenix. Keep in mind, this is an early lean. We're going to have to look at what this line is going to look like tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised if when I wake up, if I see Dallas as a favorite in this game. But we do have to keep in mind the opening number is Phoenix favored by 1.5. So my lean in this game is on Phoenix at the moment. Last game, San Antonio at the Clippers. Clippers, I had them favored by 11. They're favored by 13. San Antonio just finished their game tonight against the Lakers. They ended up losing that game by 9. That was terrible. I had San Antonio with the +8. I did believe that they would be able to keep it within the number. Lost that game by a point. It's okay. The Spurs, there's a trio in this league that I believe are the worst teams in the league, and that's San Antonio, Houston, and Detroit. These 3 teams are just absolutely terrible, tanking, and just very, very bad teams. The Clippers, guys, have been picking it up. They have won 3 straight. They're healthy, and from the looks of it, they most likely will get Luke Kennard back in the lineup tomorrow. He is listed as questionable, and also Marcus Morris. So they might be almost at full strength. John Wall will be the only player missing if those other 2 players return. The difference between these 2 teams, guys, is just absolutely huge. The Clippers should be able to cover this line. The only thing that kind of worries me is if the Spurs manage to keep this game within 20 points midway through the 4th quarter, we might get a backdoor hook job in this game. But if everything goes as expected, the Clippers should be able to run away with this game easily. Aline, I would if I had to bet on this game, if I was forced to put any money on this game, I would definitely bet the Clippers with this -13, even though I hate betting large favorites like that. But anyways, guys, just a quick recap. Out of the 6 games, the only lean that I have as of now is on the Phoenix Suns with the 1.5. But of course, it is still early. I do expect a lot of action tomorrow, a lot of movement with these lines. Maybe not that much movement on the injury front from the looks of it. Most of these teams look like I don't think we're going to get too many surprises. We might see something with Brooklyn, maybe some rested players there. LaMelo over there in Charlotte. We have to look at Donovan Mitchell over there. And other than that, everything else seems pretty clear cut. But we'll take a look again tomorrow, see if we get any surprises. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for you guys right now. I'll see you guys in the next video tomorrow. Have a good rest, guys. Later.